Hello, this is Nexus from Wyverniacs, and I welcome you to the latest episode of our Let's Play Ark, the Extinction, where we have last time finished with taking down this level 25 Carno, and we are trying to tame him. We also have the Megatherium back in that taming pan for a couple of episodes now, as it is quite a high level, 140. So for now we are going to keep our unconscious dinos in that state, and in the meantime do some harvesting. So I will go and pick up my stego. Alright, we have some defense units there. Oh, I don't want to get into unnecessary fights at this moment. So I'm going to... okay, let's see what I need. Yeah, I could do with some more arrows. And I'm definitely going to need more narco berries. So I'm going to take the raptor as my guard and ride the stego on a harvesting run. I should remove some of this stuff from its inventory and drop the rest, as I pretty much have more than enough berries. Soon I should also add to my garden to have higher output for the berries from farming, which is also quite important. Okay, Textego, running away from the defense unit, came all the way here. Oh, let me pick this up. So it's possible that we will have to kill that defense unit anyway. And I definitely have to do something about this stego's stamina, as it's running away quite fast. So I think I'm going to choose this way as my berry harvesting route, as there is a quite high amount of bushes on confined space. And it's very close to my base. I can imagine that I'm going to need quite a lot. So I'm going all the way back here, and then along the other side back should be enough. Soon I will have to go and do some harvesting on stone. It would be awesome to be able to do that on a dino, but I'm afraid that at this point that's not possible. What I would really like to do is to go into the wastelands and look for a Argentavis. But for that I think I'm going to have to wait a couple more levels and tame a Ptero, as I don't want to go running into the wastelands on ground, considering how many threats are there. That is not very smart. I have to make sure I don't hit that Carno, as that would really impair my taming effectiveness. But I shall not forget to give him something to keep him asleep. So he's halfway down. That's about 400, and one berry will give me. All right, I should not eat it. About 7 to 8 points. So I'm going to count 7. So full stack is 700. And I need half, so about 50. This should give him the torpidity to the maximum, which should be more than enough for him to drop by another 3 to 400 safely, and still leave space to be tamed. I should not forget about the Megatherium, as it is probably not very high on torpidity also. So let's head back to the base with the Stego and make a quick run over to the Megatherium. I'm afraid I will have to use everything I have on it. But on my way back I should probably start with harvesting some of the materials I'm going to need for more crop plots. Okay. I have quite a lot of fertilizer now, so that will not be an issue. And I need to make some arrows. I'm going to need more thatch for that. Yep, this should be more than enough. And here comes the storage problem. So I have to stick the fertilizer anywhere I can. Okay. Alright. So that's probably all I can carry at this moment. This is fine. So let's get over. For this moment, it would seem that the wildlife is making quite a good defense from defense units and the corrupted creatures, which is quite nice. And yeah, this is not looking very good. So this should have about the same effect as on the Carno. 37 to 38. So it's about 700 per stack. It's the same. Well, this will not be enough to fill it for a long time. I think I'm going to use the narcotics I have anyway to give us some more time. And on my way back, I'm going to start with harvesting materials for some of the more interesting structures. So I'm going to build the stone gateway. Reinforced gate is necessary for that. And probably it might not be a bad idea to also learn the giant trapdoor. Here with this large stone hatch frame. With a giant reinforced trapdoor. It's named a little differently in the S+. That's not an issue. And it has to be built on the smithy. But at least for the S+ variant, that's going to be crafted in the S+ crafting station. So I'm going to have to learn that also. So the Megatherium should be fine for a while now. And I have to go back and start getting some of these materials. I have 8 narcotic arrows. That could be enough to tame a Ptero. And level 20 is not very bad. So I think I'm going to go and do that. Oh no, I'm not. Yeah. Yep. Attacking your target. That's very bad settings to have. It's better to keep them on neutral. So we have a lesson learned. But it's fine. Level 20 is not really such a big problem. So first I want to make the crafting station. For that I'm going to need some metal also. Alright, hide I should have, that's no trouble. But I'm going to need to get some metal. So 5 ingots, that's 10 metal at least. But I guess I can just harvest this vein completely. And just get more stone. I need a little more height, but I'm not going to do it anyway. Okay, more defense units. These guys keep spawning out of a thin air on quite a regular basis. Level 30 is not too bad, considering it is entertained by the Megatherium, which should probably destroy it anyway. So what I can do is to get a hit in and get some of the XP. All right. I'm only a little bit overburdened. So my goal is to make at least 4 gateways to make a makeshift taming pen to be able to build it on site quite fast. But I'm going to need some more materials for that. Metal ingots and wood. I'm not sure if I have... Yes, I do. But still is no trouble to make some more. I could probably make some gasoline. As I'm going to get to the point where I need it in not too long.
So I need to place the oil in with the hides.
So I'm going to get 5 more. Right, and I need to place this down. So here should be fine. That's quite a lot of stone. Thatch and wood. I could probably move it all in there to have a better overview of what I have and what I need. And soon I will have to go out for some more harvesting. It is much better to have a dedicated dino for that, but I do not have access to the Doedicurus, and the Ankylo is not such a great harvester of stone. I'm planning to do a run for the Doedicurus into the desert area, but for that I definitely going to need an Argent, as he is able to carry the Doedicurus, because going over the wastelands with such a small and slow dino on ground is practically a suicide. So that's what's going to happen in near moments. Right, I should probably place a few more of these crops. And for that I need fiber. Well, this moment it could be beneficiary to learn. Yep, good timing. The sickle. Hide wood and a few more ingots. Well, luckily I should have everything that's necessary for that. My hides are in the smithy, I believe. Oh! I've used them on the oil, so I'm going to stop it for the moment. Oh, not here, but here. And I'm missing just wood. This should be much faster, and I should be able to get a lot of fiber in a very short time. Right, where did the raptor go? I think he fell down. Yep. So let's go find some bushes. The attack is quite fast, and it can hit multiple bushes in near vicinity. So you can get hundreds of fibers in just seconds. Alright, there is a dilo there. How is the Carno doing? Yep, 1000 down, so let's proceed with taming. So we have 2 Carnos. Well, that's starting to look like a decent force. Not just for defense, but also for an assault. Yep, this is very exhausting. And we have a pair. I can see the heart icon, which means they are mate boosted. So I could possibly breed them. Okay, so I needed fiber for the crop plots. I now have a few hundred, so that's probably more than enough. So I can make at least 3. Then I'm going to miss on stone. Well, alright, I'm going to craft 3 and go get some stone in the meantime. Although this area is not really full on resources. Yeah, it's pretty poor if you're thinking about going on a farming run. I think about 20 small crop plots with narco berry in it should be more than enough to have you supplied steadily. At which point you will most likely not need to go out on a collecting run with the stego or other creatures, and can rely only on what your garden can supply, unless you're going out on a big taming run, in which case you are most likely best off with going with a Ronto. I'm going to make 4 to have a nice even number. I'm going to need more narcoberry seeds. And fertilizers. I believe the irrigation should be working in quite a nice radius, although you can't turn on to see it, if I'm correct. At this moment I should be still fine with only 1 water tap. Alright. Irrigated. That's important. Great. So I can continue with my stone harvesting run. For that I would most likely want to bring some backpack dino. I think the Cardinals should be fast enough and also have decent carry capacity, and as a bonus to that they will be able to fight quite well and protect me, unlike when going with a herbivore of some kind. Okay, looking for rocks. That's not really that easy in the city, but there are some here, so it should be fine. If you use the Dodicarus, you know how stupidly ineffective the hand tools are. So going on harvesting like this is probably the least efficient way to go on about harvesting, but at early points in the game there's really not much you can do about it, unless you start in an area where the Dodicarus spawns, and you get lucky enough to tame one. They are easy to knock out as they are quite slow. The biggest issue here is to actually find one. For taming Argentavis, I will most likely need to use a taming pen. As they can take quite a few shots. Oh yeah, I should not forget to whistle them on neutral, especially the Carnos, as one of them is tamed not long ago, so by default the creatures are attacking your target. So if I remember correctly, it was about 400 stone for one gate. Since I need 4 gates, that's about 1600 stone. That's quite a lot, and my hatchet is going to break soon. So this run is not going to be so long. Instead, I could probably go and tame something else. defense unit is moving quite fast. I don't know if they are getting some kind of a buff. They should be strong enough, but also they are attacking the Enforcer. Okay, we have some stuff from the Enforcer. Blueprint. So when you kill it, it's going to drop a blueprint, so you can sort of rebuild it. But this is going to be the level. It can be crafted only once, okay. And only at the tech replicator. Well, these are quite a lot of materials required, so it's not something that I'm going to build right off. Let's just do a little more harvesting and then get back to the base. So as you can see, having larger carnivores or aggressive dinos in general, like the Carnos or the Allosaurus, is quite nice at the early game, as they can pretty much hold their own, are decently powerful, and really fast. Okay. Low levels, all of them, so this should pretty much be an easy killing. And killing dinos is a pretty decent way to get experience. It is strange that while riding the saddle, it's probably something to do maybe with my setup, about the headphones, but I'm not hearing the sounds of their footsteps when they are walking behind me from this perspective. Okay, just one dung beetle and you can see how much fertilizer can he produce, which is quite interesting. I should probably fix that hatchet. So I believe I'm slowly getting to the conclusion of this episode. We did manage to tame second Carno, which is quite a nice and powerful dino for your starting. Also, we hopefully gave enough narcotics to that Megatherium to keep it asleep a little while longer. It should be enough at least for duration of this episode. And in the next one we are going to see how things are going over there. I think there is something I could do before that. Just quick check on the Megatherium. To make sure that the area is clear and that the narco berries are still taking the effect. Yep, it's quite high. And I'm not sure if it's rising, but... Okay, I dropped my monkey, I believe. Nope, it's decreasing. But still, this should give us quite enough time. So back to the base. In the next episode, I'm going to do a little scouting run to the wastelands to see if I can find any Argentavis nearby. If that's the case, I might try to tame it, so it's going to be interesting. I should probably take the Raptor only, as having more creatures with you and engaging in fights can end badly, as these things can chain into long series of fights, at the end of it, which you are going to end up weaker. So that's not something I'm going to do at this moment. Instead, I should probably just look around, get a better view of the area, and if things go really well, tame the Argentavis. The good news is that they are carnivores, so they do not need so long for them to be tamed, as their food value is generally dropping faster. Well, I would say that's it for this episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. Click on the like or give a comment. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to make sure you don't miss out on future episodes and other interesting Ark stuff. Thank you for watching and see you soon.